On The Informer, we welcome Shane Delia, the founder and the chef who's made Maha, Maha East, Maha Go, and of course this brand new platform we want to talk about, Deliveroo, no, Providore. You want to bring the good produce to the best possible customer in the best possible fashion with an exciting platform that has just come out of nowhere. Well, we know where it's come from. Well, they say necessity is the mother of invention, and you've needed something to help the organisation come along. And this idea of Providore, where did it come from?
Well, I mean, the hospitality industry has always been, it's a traditional marketplace. I mean, we're small restaurateurs, we're hustlers, we love, connecting with people, but it's been a broken model for a long time. I mean, it's, we're over complianced, like you think about all the layers of compliance that we have to adhere to, whether it's taxation or employment law or governance or rents rising and COGS. It's just, margins are getting smaller, and there's been a huge influx of competitors. So you sit there and look at the traditional model and you go, something's wrong. So we're all competing for this market. And obviously now that COVID's hit, you've got less customers to talk to, more restriction. It's
fewer opportunities to show them what you can do.
100%. And
you have to be better at what you do.
And you need to find ways to connect. I mean, people are now more connected via their phone and their laptop and everything else.
We didn't want to be, but we've been forced that way.
100%. Yeah, you're in a world where you're trying to disconnect from that kind of thing and trying to find more real connection. You're being forced back on, onto technology, which you can either resist it or embrace it. So we said, okay, well, we've got a great network of people at Maha, really good, strong, engaged database. And I thought, let's test to see if we can actually get our food to people in a controlled environment. So we don't want to damage our brand credibility. We thought, okay, people know what we are because we've always stick to our pillars. How do we
You haven't compromised.
No, we can't.
What should you now?
And we can't do that in a traditional delivery forum, where it's sort of, one of the big guys where it's Deliveroo or Uber, where you put it in a container and it's hot food and then it's 4Ks down the road and it deteriorates. Mostly our customers sit outside that 4K radius. So I started to reach out to our network, which were all struggling as well. I spoke to some guys at Melbourne Fresh, which is a beautiful, local, family-run fruit and veg business, who essentially, they sell fruit and veg, but their core is logistics. They've got all these trucks, they're all dormant, sitting on the road, they've got drivers that they need to employ. So we came to an arrangement where we tested the market, we set up a really simple, Shopify website, plugged it into our database, plugged their logistics model in, and it just went bang. Like George, it went really, really crazy. We learned so much about our brand and how connected people are to it, that we started to refine the process. And then I said, okay, this could actually be a solution, not just for me. And this isn't about money. I said, this could be a solution for the industry where restaurants who are really struggling and may not have the connections that we have in regards to, logistics partners and a really engaged database. Maybe we can use our assets to plug them all in and we can all thrive. Because I mean, like in any, you think about football and soccer, you need a league. It can't just be one team. One team, leagues don't last.
No, and you're only as good as the weakest link.
100%.
So you get all the pieces that know this stuff, and suddenly it becomes a dynamic model.
Yeah, 100%, and that's what we thought. Who are the leaders in the industry? This is a premium platform for the leaders of the industry. How can we offer them a service where they might not have the capability? So from that little website, it grew to Providore, which is now a platform that houses the best restaurants in the state. We offer them a 35-kilometre radius dispatch, certified, sanitised, cold freight solution.
And it's all traceable. You know exactly if there's a problem. You know exactly where it comes from.
100%. So so from the time that the
order's made,
So the van gets to the restaurant at about 5 p.m. In a refrigerated van. It gets put onto the truck, and the box is a insulated box with a chill pack in it and everything, so it stays nice and cool. Goes in a refrigerated van. They do all their pickups. Goes back to the dispatch. Sits in a refrigerated cool room at 4 degrees for about 5 or 6 hours until it's put out in its milk runs, and then gets dispatched all throughout Melbourne. Wow. And it's on your doorstep by 8 a.m. the next day. So, I mean, it's an unprecedented model. I mean, there's nobody else that's delivering what we're delivering. And it's really fair. The restaurants get charged 15% because there's a lot of costs for me to run that platform.
And where the normal model from Uber and others is somewhere in the
35%.
Wow.
Which the restaurateur
can't. Which
is
a huge take out of there.
100%. And you can't operate at that margin. And the consumers, as rightly so, which was nice for the industry, jumped up and down and said 35% is too much, we can't support these people. But sometimes in life, we're our biggest critics, and we can contradict ourselves and our morals. So we say you can't charge 35%, but then we're not willing to pay a little delivery fee as well. So we said, okay, well, the restaurants, we can charge them 15 and we can make a slight margin to keep things going, but the customer's going to have to pay a delivery fee if you want this premium service.
Got it.
And they are. So the customer pays $16.50, and that delivers up to 35 k's out of the CBD. So it's a flat rate. When you're talking about best restaurants in town, I mean, it's not even a beer at the bar.
But you have come on board, and not only have you turned the wick and said we're in business, all the quality restaurants that you talk about have jumped on board, or just about all of them, which is fantastic acknowledgement and kudos that what you're trying to do, they're buying into it.
I think they see that this is the future. I mean, I think that we're romantics. We love hospitality, and we want people to come back into our venues because we like that connection. Our primary role in hospitality industry is be hospitable, and it's
look. Not only do you guys know your staff, you told me just before we started that Maha East in Windsor, which is a smart young establishment doing some great food. You can't do it at the moment with the COVID restrictions.
Yeah, it's. I think we want to be compliant in everything we do, whether it's payroll or if it's COVID restriction, and we just can't operate. It's too small, and by the time you put 1.5 metre space,
it's tight. It's
like 10 or 15 people, and
we've been there. We loved it, but it's a little squeezy.
Yeah, so we need to find ways to get our product out to people that's outside the boundaries and the restrictions of a traditional business place.
Fantastic stuff. So now, how many restaurants of the top order have come on board, private or just about everyone?
Well, there's about, I think when I checked this morning, we've been onboarding 2 new guys every week. I mean, this morning we just launched 2 heavyweights in the industry. We launched Tig Izard from Ginger Boy and Philippe Michel. So we found that a lot of our demographic are quite young, and they may not know who these chefs are, but a strong segment of our database are also well-seasoned diners who understand who these guys are.
And 2 different cuisines.
2 totally different cuisines. Philippe's the godfather of French cuisine, so to have him on board is, for me, it's very exciting. I mean, I'll be ordering it this Sunday for lunch. And Teague's food, I mean, he's a pioneer. He sort of established that, modern that fusion Asian in Australia. So to have his food and calibre of his food, I mean, it really starts to set us apart from anybody else.
And you got Atta on board, the modern Indian or high-end Indian cuisine.
Yeah, Atta, Super Normal, Movida, Flower Drum, Estelle, Sunda, some new guys. So it's a really interesting mix.
If you haven't heard about it before, you do now. It's called Providor, spelt D-O-O-R. So providing the door to get high-end cooking at your home, which is a fantastic idea. The man involved, the man who's come up with the idea and inspiring the crew to get it done is Shane Delia. And we'll be back with some more about what Shane's up to in the next episode on The Informer.